was 2 minutes ago. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. You know what night it is. You know what time it is. That's right, the Friday Night Super Show. We got a special edition here for you tonight, man. We're going to we're going to do a little bit of talking here in the first hour, get the crew in. I got Spent Can joining me. I think Tammy Lynn's going to be chiming in as well, and whoever else right up here in the first hour. Then the next couple hours, we're going to take a break from the monotony of this bullshit world and play some kick-ass music here for you tonight, kids. It's a special music partying edition here, ladies and gentlemen, because the Friday Night Super Show starts right now.
Oh, you didn't know? Your ass better call somebody!
The Friday Night Super Show.
Oh, hell yeah! We're going back!
You damn right. Tag team champs, bitches. The motherfucking Friday Night Super Show. #1 in the world, baby. Hey, enough of the goddamn horse shit. Let's start the show.
Oh, yeah, babies. You know what night it is. You know what time it is. The Friday Night Super Show back here on the Last Voice for Liberty Network. I am the mouth, babies, laughing and scratching at you. Joined, as always, by members of the crew, man. The one, the only crazy Spent Cat, man. Brother, how you doing tonight?
How's it going, my brother? Doing well. Just kicking back, drinking a few brews. Nice night out here down in Florida. It's a little nippy, about 64 right now, but I'm not going to complain.
Yeah, you shouldn't.
Moon's coming up.
One of these days, I'm coming down to Florida in the dead of winter and putting my foot in your ass just because of how warm it is down there. You know that?
Yeah, I don't even want to dare ask what temperature it is there where you are.
No, it's actually balmy 23 degrees here.
Oh, boy.
Up here in the Midwest, kids, as we sit and await the powerful ice storm that is apparently sweeping across the middle of the country there, ladies and gentlemen. So powerful enough, it has even stopped one of the hardest touring bands from being able to play some shows. You know, our friends Consider the Source out of New York are doing some touring through Missouri, Oklahoma, and Texas this week, and they've even had to cancel a couple shows. And I'm talking these boys tour, 9 months out of the year, every year, and they're nonstop hard-working badasses. And for them to cancel a show, shit must be shitty out there. So, for all of you out there in the middle of the country suffering through that, good luck to you. Okay, go to the store, buy some beer, and just kind of don't leave your house until, Monday when it warms back up and gets back up into the 50s again, which it's going to here this week. You got to love Iowa weather, man, because you don't like it one day, if you don't like it one day, don't worry, it'll be different the next day completely.
There you go. Yeah, I just got some clouds, and partly cloudy out here. It's not too bad. The moon is coming up. It was full yesterday officially, so it's still pretty full now. Just coming up. Really nice night here in Florida. But I don't know if I could take that cold weather like I used to back in the day. What you're going through there, guys, and the ice storms and all that. Ooh.
Yeah, that's going to be pretty brutal. With the they're talking about 3/4 of an inch to an inch of ice going to be on the road. So the roads are going to be shitty. You might as well sit back and listen to the Friday Night Super Show or catch some of our archives here later this weekend when you're stuck in your house right here at the Last Voice for Liberty Network. You know, Ken, we're going to do a little bit of talking tonight. It's kind of a different show here, kids, this Friday, because we're going to play some music tonight. We're going to take a little bit of a break here in the second and third hour from the monotony of, pretty much the banquet of bullshit that they like to give us each and every week coming up from, whether it be from government or from other factions from around the country. They love to just, pretty much cause constant drama, and we have to come on here on the air and discuss it each and every week. And if you can imagine, after 5 or so years of doing it, that gets a little bit old sometimes, I mean, and to be quite honest, I need a little bit of a distraction pill, and I think all of you out there do too. And being as it's all cold and shitty in most of the country, I think we'll just kick back and play some tunes here coming up in the second hour. I'm actually on location at a good friend of mine's house. I know you've all heard the band Cirrus Minor on this show several times, and 2 of their members, Aaron Lee and Rich Cantrell, are both celebrating birthdays today. And so we're about to do a little bit of celebrating here this evening. But I wanted to chime in and get with you people and be able to play you some music because I couldn't let you down. I know that you all would just die if you did not hear the sweet, soothing sounds of my voice each and every Friday night. That's right, baby. It's Johnny Beaver right here.
It's true. It would.
So we'll get some of our normal discussion here going in the first hour, talk about a few of the topics that are going on, because, that is still important. Yeah, it's the reason why we do this. But then we're going to have some fun. And I want you kids to have some fun out there, too. We're going to play some hits from some of the greatest people that have been on the show: Payday Monsanto, Disl Automatic, Steve Grant. We've also got some Cirrus Minor. I've got all sorts of stuff. Consider the Source. We've got some music there. We've got Corporate Avenger on tap here tonight. A little bit of Renegade Smith. All sorts of stuff, man. All of our friends. Some good truth music out there. Maybe some music that you've never heard. Some real tight shit. Something out of the captain's cupboard, if you know what I'm talking about, Ken.
Right on. Yeah, this sounds fun. I mean, we need a good fun night. Just got through the holidays and then all the stuff that's been going on. So this sounds like a good show. This is something I do stress for everybody in the movement, is to don't get too consumed to where you start losing it. You got to go out. You got to live life. You got to have some fun. We are here. We got to live.
That's right.
So you can't let yourself get consumed. And I'm a firm believer in letting loose and partying, man. So let's do it. Let's rock this show out.
Oh, that's for sure. Well, before we get to the rocking, kids, before we do, I mean, we got to get to the meat of the week, as they like to call it, and then thanks for tuning in to us here on Spreaker.com on your favorite hashtag Fondle Slab of choice. That's right, your digital device or your Fondle Slab. Fondle Slab, donations for Fondle Slabs can be sent right to Chuck Ocelli at Ocelli.com, ladies and gentlemen. Please check with us for further details. But you got us on your favorite Fondle Slab, so we're going to kick into a little bit of this week's current events. And, of course, there's Golden Showergate going on, which is one of the more laughable, things that have really happened this week. Finding out that C4, or 4chan, excuse me, C4, I'm thinking Chris Rock movies here. But 4chan putting out the whole Donald Trump hiring hookers to pee on him in a bed that Obama slept in, like Obama was going to sleep in it again. I don't really quite understand what their malicious intent they're thinking is going to be there. I mean, how dumb would Donald Trump be to have hookers pee on him in a bed that Obama had slept in? It's not like Obama's going to come back and sleep in it again. But either way, I mean, the story has been reported and proven over and over to be fake. And once again, I must chastise everyone out there for making me defend Donald Trump, because this is ridiculous. can't you people come up with any more dirt on this hairdo freak as opposed to other than making up crap? Apparently not. But the 4chan story went through the hands of ex-CIA, John McCain, you name it. It kind of went there and wound up in the CIA's hands. And before anybody could do or prove anything about it, the mainstream media decided, well, throw this in the oven. Let's see if it cooks. And they were just out there up one side and down the other, preaching it as if it were the gospel, only once every now and then to stop and say, well, these are coming from unsubstantiated reports and blee, 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 and blah, blah, blah. Well, so you mean you have no proof whatsoever? You've got to be kidding me on this, man. You guys are just out here making up stuff about him now, and we're supposed to be okay with that? No, sorry. I had to cheer Donald Trump this week when he shot down the CNN guy, calling him fake news. Because, as we all know, the CNN's been fake news for decades. I mean, but just along with Fox and MSNBC and you name it, BuzzFeed, all of them, just fake news, propaganda, as the majority of us learned people like to call it. And that's really in the end what it is a big stressful propaganda thing. And now people have been questioning about the upcoming Trump inauguration and how there's so many groups out there that are planning to protest and interrupt it and everything else. And it's like, okay, you whiny little babies, go right ahead and cry and throw your little fits and see if it does you any good, because it's not. It's going to do you about as much good as arguing whether or not the earth is flat. It's not going to solve nothing. It's not going to put an end to tyranny. It's not going to stop taxation. It's just
worse at this point.
It's funny.
We're having a rock and roll Friday Super Show later on here, music Super Show, man. These stories, Lee, are the fake news. I mean, what can I say? I mean, we've been saying it for so long. How surprising is that? And as far as the protest is going to happen on Friday, well, we'll definitely have some more to talk about, some more head-pounding, freaking, exploding nonsense. Let's go protest in person instead of the whole damn system.
Oh, of course.
We've got to work ahead of us, bro.
Because it's just one, of course, because it's only just one person that, influences and changes the whole system. And, it couldn't possibly be the system's fault as to why, all this corruption's existing. But, of course, hey, who cares? The guy's got a bad hairdo and he's an asshole. Let's make him the focal point of our anger and hatred. Oh, because that worked out so well for everybody else when the black guy was in office, Did it stop him? Did it stop him from making bad policy decisions of dropping 26,000 bombs over his 7 countries over his 8 years? So 3 bombs an hour, kids. That's 3 an hour. Think about that.
He makes George W. look weak, Like that. He looks like the warmonger more than George W.
Exactly.
Again, here's your proof of the deep state. Again, I don't know what more proof you need. If this, Obama is coming in, this one was he considered the half-black, pot-smoking hippie, commie boy, whatever, what labels.
The commie boy, I believe.
And then all of a sudden, let's not only continue all of George Bush's policies, let's extend on them.
Yeah, because that was a great idea. Yeah.
Maybe somebody from the deep state just walked in his office and just went, Kennedy. No, this is what we want you to do, son. Obviously, there's a deep state. In fact, I think it was like 95% of his cabinet that he picked was handpicked by the deep state. Before like a month before he was even elected. Just look into that details.
Well, if you remember when Obama was elected, he didn't pick a bunch of Washington outsiders for his cabinet either. And look at what Donald Trump's done. When you got Jeff Sessions as your chief law enforcement officer, this is the ass clown, the racist, anti-cannabis ass clown that you want to fucking put up for that job, that sounds great. Let me know how that works out for you there, buddy.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, it's the same shit. The deep state now is already, getting to him. I mean, they've gotten to him already, but anyways, oh God, it's people. Our biggest job right now is to wake people up so we can stop this. These people are gonna go down there to this protest, a week from now, and there are gonna be so many different groups, and not one of them knows what the fuck they're talking about for the most part, anyway. Half those people over there are gonna want a Hillary in. Probably more than half. I'd probably be like 3/4 of the people out there just, we need Hillary. Look,
no, nobody needs Hillary. Hillary is like herpes. It just won't go away. We got Big E joining us here tonight, man.
Like we need a rash on our balls. Anyways.
Big E, how's it going? From a rash on the balls to Big E. How's it going there, brother?
Don't throw me in the Hillary equation. That's not funny.
But ladies and gentlemen.
I've been born on a manger or on Krypton, but damn it. Clark Luthor is in Smallwood for a reason, living in an attic, because I'm now about to talk trash.
Ladies and gentlemen, just...
I thought, laughed my ass off. I'm like, where's my damn shrooms? Oh my God, it was not enough when the first Claw movie came out, and I said, where's my damn royalties? Because I know I'd never get away with that shit. But, no real person get away with that. But anyway, that's why it's a movie. Most people don't get that. But when we see this freaking crap going on in the news, I didn't even know this shit happened until I turned on the Friday Night SuperShow. That's what the truth is at. That's where the real news is at.
Bang, bang.
But we can't put that shit out there. That was their intention.
Yeah.
They put that shit out there. That was their fishing. That was throwing a whale on a fucking fishing line.
Oh, they totally catfished. Totally catfished him, man. They did. Unfortunately, standing there. And they've been standing there all week long, like Wayne and Garth making the reeling movement with their hands going, fished him! Fished him! Hooked him in the cheek! Fished him!
Well, this thing is world, man. I'm glad he don't work for CNN, but being a protege of Bill O'Reilly, he might as well just get SC Cup in there, and that might make his show work.
Oh, and it went through so many hands there, boys. The banquet of crap went through so many hands, and they lapped it up like hogs at the damn trough, man. They did. They're like, oh, this is great. Oh, got people peeing on him. Oh, that's awesome. Wait till we put this out. Oh, John McCain, look at this, Mr. Republican. And he was like, oh, okay, I'm going to put this out because we're here. I can't masturbate anymore. I'm sorry, that's my John McCain impersonation.
I hate that guy. Go ahead.
But no, that's what they do, dude. They just look to see what kind of drama. We got a bunch of drama queens in Washington D.C., and they're always trying to look for a way to, pardon the pun, but trump up the drama against Trump. That's what they're out there trying to do. It's all about feels. It was hilarious to me today. I was actually got to listen to a little bit of mainstream talk radio, and they were playing clips of people who were just so mad that Donald Trump got elected, and people from here in my town, they're taking, and this girl's what he says mean things, and he's not very nice, and I'm like, is that all you got on him? I mean, for Pete's sakes, lady. I mean, come on.
We can hire a community organizer. We can hire a composter at a Walmart.
Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, we're sitting here talking. We're sitting here talking these semantics. I cast myself back to 2008, going, well, this guy's got communist affiliations. There's possibility he wasn't even born in this country. Everything else, and we were just complete idiots and fools to even come up with these ideas that this is possibly it. And now here we are. We get Trump elected, and the best they could come up with is, well, he had some Russian hookers pee on him. What? We're the ridiculous conspirators here. We're the tinfoil hat wearers. Come on.
Pull that out. EKO. Way to go, 4chan. Nice.
Well, they're of the belief that they own the media. They're of the belief that they own the media. They could push the public opinion no matter which way they wanted to. And then when it backfired in their face, number one, because they had a shitty candidate. Number two, because they were playing both sides and decided they didn't want to win one because, they want to keep more drama going. It's got to be about that drama, boys. Got to be about that drama. And here, now all of a sudden, they're sitting there going, well, we didn't really expect it to go this far. We got to make some shit up. We got to really, get something going. I mean, let Trump do his 100 days. Believe me, he's going to give you enough ammunition to, strike about it. He's going to do the same failed lying campaign promises that they all do.
They'll make it look fun. The election will look like a comedy, and everybody will get a laugh. Red blood, blue blood, pill, green pill. Heck, they'll make freaking big pharma ads right on Saturday Night Live, and heck, he might even do this shit on Saturday Night Live. You know how when the losing candidates used to go on Saturday Night Live and make appearances? He can't stop getting on the TV. He might do a tuda, put a sombrero on his head. No one.
He might be the first active president that actually goes on these shows, including onto WWE shows, and which is really ironic because the entire situation is just like professional wrestling, where they. Everything's staged. They know it.
He told them. It was true. Yeah, politics went to hell when the truth started coming out through a wrestler who was an original Renee Seal, who said there's some stories that we're not being told the truth about. He was a heel first.
That's a hilarious thing. It's a hilarious. I find. Go ahead, Ken.
You see Trump, we're going to take this holiday and we're going to go to WrestleMania 14 or 24 or 30, whatever it is now, 400. I don't know.
If Donald Trump really wants to earn my respect, he will have Ric Flair accompany him to every press conference, and every time he stops saying a sentence, then Ric Flair will just come up and go, woo! Just like that. Just out of...
If they can do anything, if Ric Flair is no longer alive, what they can do is like a Simpsons futuristic episode where they had there was a pub with the cyborg, Mr. Burns, and there was the dog Smithers that had the head, and then they had the rest of the robot body, and Smithers was like lost.
Yep. Well, dude, I'm telling you, Ric Flair ain't never gonna die. That motherfucker's 67 years old and just deadlifted 400 pounds the other day. So
he's the man. He's still living, man. He outlived the ultimate.
No, that's not fair, because I said he was going to die in the... I was saying he was going to die in the ring for years. I really thought he was going to when he was on Nitro.
There's a lot of guys going. Brian Pillman, that's the pain pills and the alcohol mix.
That happened to Brian Pillman. That Chris Benoit's a murdering piece of shit.
Yeah, Chris Benoit, I think that was... I don't remember how he died. Oh, yeah, something like that. And then Eddie Guerrero died.
Chris Benoit killed his wife and kid and then hung himself on his own weight machine.
Yeah.
Like a giant Canadian vagina.
He totally freaked out. I know there was something about him. I don't follow this shit, so I don't know nothing about wrestling. He died with the pain pills and alcohol again. Once again, I think it was more the pain pills situation with Eddie. He drank a lot too. We had Sam on. Sam was also married to Vicky Guerrero. Wasn't that his wife?
Yeah, Vicky Guerrero was his wife.
Well, by the way, give me a million, I'd kill myself too.
I can't blame you on that one. Talk about that. That woman was a hideous chud of a woman. I'm pretty sure that was an arranged marriage.
But Triple H and Stephanie.
Well, that was another legitimate marriage that just ended up being crazy and greasy. Now look at Triple H is running the damn WWE. He runs it all. He fucking hires He's like the president of the damn place, dude. He does all the hiring, does all the business decisions. And talk about being smart. Get the big-titted boss's daughter.
Yeah.
Bam. She's worth billions. Once Vince goes, her and Shane are splitting the shit. hey, let's get in there and be smart about it, And I thought the whole thing when they were doing their bit about how he took her to a Las Vegas drive-through wedding chapel, and this was a storyline back in the day, and married her just ha, that was all funny. And I was like, oh, well, that's an interesting bit. And then they actually did get married in real life, and hell, look at what happens. You can look at you can contrast professional wrestling and
too with
go ahead.
About Triple H and Stephanie getting married. Him and China, Jody separated, and he started going. They started dating, and then they eventually got married. But a lot of the wrestlers, they were like, "You marry her, you're marrying the company. You're marrying Vince. You're never gonna." At the time, I guess WCW was there. Other like TNA was coming on, but you're marrying into that business, and he did, and he's made it work. Him and Stephanie has made it work. I'm not entertained by it as much as I used to be. I think the older days were better.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And certainly, the old days, the good old days were way better. But
they've got some.
WWE is one of the biggest. Tony Atlas.
See, he knows what we're talking about.
There's a whole bunch of names you can name from way back in the day, but I'm just saying don't hear about them no more.
Some of the new kids.
The way it's run now, the way Stephanie and Hunter are running the show.
The PG,
their storyline.
Well, Shane coming back gives that little aspect of pure violence, because that's Shane McMahon. I'm sorry, he's one of the more awesome performers that I've seen. That guy don't care. All right, I've seen that guy fall 50 feet off the side of the Titantron through tables and everything else. I've seen him. Shane O'Mac, dude. He's got that kid's got all my respect. He's tougher than a coffin nail. I'll give him that. He'll take an ass whipping like nobody's business.
Yeah, Shane takes the bumps, dude. He's the real deal. I mean, when it comes to that. Anyways.
If you want to attest to Shane McMahon's toughness, I invite you to look. I think it was the 2003 King of the Ring, Shane McMahon versus Kurt Angle, and when there was a spot where Kurt Angle was supposed to German suplex Shane McMahon through this pane of glass that they had set up on the upper Titantron stage. It took him 3 tries to throw him through that. And every time Shane would hit that glass and then fall straight down on his head. And he just, keep going. And he did it. Finally threw him through all the glass, then threw him through another pane of glass. Shane McMahon is tougher than a coffin nail, man. I'll give him that. I'm a little bit of a goofy dancer, but, hey.
Yeah, I mean, Stephanie's tough, too, she's gotten in there and she's got her hands dirty in the business, too. We all know what Triple H is. But yeah, they're going to be running the show. I mean, they're running the show. They've been booking. They've been doing the booking, and now, of course, the story writing. So, to me, it's just that they're pushing the same talent. I do like AJ Styles.
I hate AJ Styles.
He's right now the best in-ring performer that's out there. He's the best guy in the business.
I don't know about all that.
No?
I'd say Kevin Owens.
I don't know if they did. Kevin Owens is very good. I think he's right there. I think AJ and KO are both good champions. But TNA, I don't know if they ever did.
I don't know if they bought TNA yet.
I haven't watched it in over a year. I know Kurt Angle. I think they.
Kurt's coming back.
A lot of people if they're still going. I don't know.
You're going to see Kurt Angle in a WWE ring for the end of the year, as well as New Japan Wrestling's Kenny Omega.
Kurt Angle, though.
If any of you guys are of
in West Virginia that Sam was talking about going on in July.
Yeah, because Kurt's TNA contract is up in March, so Kurt will be back in the WWE ring. I don't know if you follow New Japan Wrestling. For those of you who are fans of Jim Ross, that's where he's commentating now. Is for New Japan Wrestling, and
Jim Ross is over there in New Japan, huh?
Yeah, that's right. And yeah, they're looking at that. They've got one pretty good talent over there, Kenny Omega. He's all right. I'd like to see him do more. There are a good crop of younger people and younger wrestlers out there that are coming in. It's just they need their
Baron Corbin's badass.
Their characters and their pushes is where it's lacking. You got to have that push from the business to get you back, casting you into that stratosphere of superstardom. And yet there's Baron Corbin, is good. I like Dean Ambrose.
Dean Ambrose, Braun Strowman.
Braun Strowman, Bray Wyatt's fucking awesome. He's probably one of my favorite ones. I'll even go as far to say as I like Seth Rollins. I mean, he did come out and be a perfect dick, and he's a pretty good wrestler too.
Of course, man, he's good. He's good. That's what a wrestler's all about. He's one of the best in the business too. He'd be an argument with AJ and Kevin Owens, and I would throw Bray Wyatt in there.
AJ Styles, dude, it's I can't like him because number one, his haircut sucks. Number two,
I gotta ask, what happened to Diva Ion? This is how far back I haven't watched.
I have no idea.
Nah, he wasn't in the anime. He's probably in some lower circuit wrestling, or he could still be a TNA if it's still going. I don't know, but he's not in the WWE. I didn't see him. Let's see. I didn't know AJ Styles went to WWE. And I've been working, so.
Oh yeah, AJ Styles come there, and there are still good matches going on in the lower promotions. I still kind of like watching Ring of Honor. It's not that bad. At first, it's just like amateur. Might as well just, and then when you make a Hardy Bowl, Kevin Owens came out of there. There's CM Punk wrestled with Ring of Honor. There are some good wrestlers. Jay Lethal is wrestling with Ring of Honor right now. Some of you can't forget the woo-off between Jay Lethal and Ric Flair. I don't know.
Jay Lethal won me over with his Macho Man impression.
Yep, Jay Lethal and the Macho Man.
That was hilarious.
Yeah, that was great. Ladies and gentlemen, I got the big ogre right up here in the studio here tonight, and we're doing a little bit of chatting about some wrestling and just kind of taking a night away from the stupid politics because, god damn, it's annoying. I mean, really, really annoying. Like, kind of like a big chunk of sand in the pee hole of your penis. Just that annoying. You want to pee it out, but you're afraid because it might hurt. And I love it when I can make a nice sand in the pee hole reference and everybody shuts the fuck up. Lee, you know how to kill a radio show, don't you? Yes, I do.
Yeah, dead air.
A little bit of dick hole lint, a little bit of sand in the pee hole, and curtains. Yeah, I can do it all, ladies and gentlemen.
It made me cringe. Well, look at the topics. I mean, look what we're sitting there talking about before we got into our wrestling topic, which wasn't probably not a bad idea. I mean, look at it. It was the whole peeing in the golden shower. That's the thing. And then, of course, the big protest that happened on Friday. My head's spinning. I'd rather talk about wrestling at this point, guys. Ways to call and ways. I wasn't even going to call tonight, but I'm like, no, I'm calling now. I got my answers. I want to laugh about this more. Talk about it.
I can't blame you there, Ken. I think talking about wrestling was kind of nice. And we're going to play some kick-ass music
on this, Camp, because I haven't watched wrestling in years.
Well, you need to get on that. I suggest, as your attorney, I advise you to go back and watch the 1989 Royal Rumble, and then go and watch the 1997 Royal Rumble, and
I've
then.
I've seen all that. I mean, I haven't seen it since AJ wrestled for TNA. That's how far back I go. When the Shield was still together. This was all back 2013. The last TNA event I saw was when Sting went up against Bully Ray.
Sting.
He lost. He couldn't compete for the title anymore after that. I think what eight. Was that during the whole Aces and Eights scenario? I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that's all long gone with. I know that's thing going. That was just about getting ready to turn to Regenesis, like TNA Regenesis. Hogan had left just then. He was just at WWE before he made that comment.
Oh, look for Hope to come back this year too.
Around that's when I gave wrestling a. Kurt Angle was champ, and the last time I watched Kurt Angle was champion, and he was fighting Bobby Lashley. That was the big thing at the time. And that was almost like 2 years ago.
Apollo Creed's the new Bobby Lashley.
Yeah, that was even before, though. I'm talking about the last time I saw was like maybe almost 2 years ago. And like Kurt Angle was the champion, and Lashley was the was fighting him. And of course, AJ's buddy, man, I was part of that.
Was it Apollo Creed
like
wrestler?
the Four Horsemen, but they were, I forget
Where?
what they were called. Ricky started managing them.
You got
Fortune 4. Robert Roode, Bobby Roode, which is another, I would put as one of the best out there, period.
Yeah, very underrated. Very
Bobby
underrated.
Roode, he was getting in the mix too with Lashley and Kurt Angle. It looked
He's the new
like
Bobby
pretty
Lashley.
good wrestlers. Lashley,
Oh my God!
more or less, I don't know.
Wait a minute. Wait, hang on a second. There's an Apollo Crews
Apollo
Yeah.
Crews.
Apollo Crews wrestler.
Not Apollo Crews.
Apollo
Apollo Crews is the new Bobby Lashley.
Crews is apparently the new Bobby Lashley. I didn't even hear of this guy. Ogre just brought him up to me because he was calling him Apollo Creed. So I was like, "Who the fuck are you talking? It can't be Apollo Creed."
He's more of a muscle guy too.
Yeah,
So I don't
he's
think
the new Bobby Lashley.
Yeah, he is a new
Really,
Bobby
I
Lashley.
think he's more of a power guy like a Goldberg or
Well, Bobby Lashley wasn't the most sensational wrestler in the planet
he's
when
a power guy too, but he was really I don't know. I just thought he was more athletic. Of course, he had more years.
Personality and everything.
This guy could become the next Lashley, but I mean, Lashley got held back a little bit in his career too. I think Trump.
Well, that's because Lashley has the fucking personality of a wet mop.
It's because of the damn Russians.
Ross McMahon's hair.
It's the Russians. The Russians are why Bobby Lashley is the way he
And
is.
Kurt Angle, but those are two of the best. I mean, Kurt is the best. Well, was. He's getting older now, but for the last 15, well, I'd say the last couple of decades, Kurt Angle is, he's not a.
No, he's phenomenal. Yeah,
gold medal.
He's our generation's Dean Malenko.
He's our generation's Dean Malenko. What do you know? No, Kurt Angle is absolutely one of the best wrestlers I've ever seen perform in the ring. And even when he just gets in and does the shoots and does the talk, and just cuts a little promo. Kurt Angle.
Oh, Kurt Angle. Steve Regal too, but Kurt Angle, yeah, absolutely. He's the freaking champion. I mean, he's the Olympic medal gold champion. I mean, there's a reason for that. And he got in there. I think he wrestled about 10 years ago or so. He was already in his mid-30s then. He's like my age. All right, and Brock was still in his mid-20s then. Mm-hmm. And Brock was, or late 20s, and Brock was he was the NCAA champion there.
Two times.
He wrestled Kurt Angle and took Kurt Angle about a minute and 10 seconds to pin him.
Yeah, because Kurt Angle Kurt Angle is probably one of the best technical wrestlers to ever put on boots.
Right after
in his prime against Brock, in his prime, Kurt could probably have beaten him, I'd say, less than 30 seconds.
Kurt could probably beat just about anybody in less than 30 seconds.
Kurt Angle.
Yep.
And so when you're that good, it stays for a while, even when you get up to be about our age here.
He's
still damn good.
And you want to give him that push because, not only that, he brought that level of cheesy charisma. I mean, I'm sure you all remember Milkomania and the little cowboy hat and everything else. Kurt didn't care. He made sure that it was a good show, okay? Not only could the guy get in there and pretty much wrestle circles around anybody else that he was wrestling with at the time, but he could also make you laugh, make you grin, and even when you hated him, you still laughed and smiled when Kurt Angle come out because you knew you were going to get entertained.
He made that transition from being the best wrestler into a wrestler. He made that, and he was combining both. And literally, he's just one of the best in the business ever of all time. He will be a Hall of Famer, of course.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Talent level is just so much of that guy. He could do either. He could wrestle or he could, the best wrestler at the time, in his prime, probably that ever lived. So,
yeah, he came out with the catch. He made the transition fairly smoothly from what you saw on television and how they put it out, and the push that they gave him was well deserved, and he took it and ran with it. I've seen him in multiple just kick-ass matches against people like The Rock and Stone Cold and The Undertaker, people that those were the standards in the 90s and the late 90s and the early 2000s.
Yeah, exactly.
And when you could
was right there too, but he ended up retired for a while, but he came back and I think they had somebody, Shawn Michaels being the best, at the time, the best in-ring performer in the business, and then a Kurt Angle, you know.
Yeah, Kurt Angle's like, you look like a bitch. Bret Hart, sorry, you couldn't fucking, all the years in the Hart Dungeon, and you could bring back Owen Hart from the dead, and you're still not going to beat Kurt, because Kurt is that good.
No.
Yeah.
No, none of them would beat Kurt. And I'm just saying, as far as an in-ring performer for wrestling,
Kurt's like almost as good as Chris Jericho.
Is one of the most talented. You know,
I'm sorry, I got a big Chris Jericho fan.
Being the best in-ring performer. I mean, he did everything right. He could carry anybody in a match. He made everything. He could make Hulk Hogan look good. Hulk Hogan, one of the sloppiest asses you've ever seen in the ring.
Oh, that's right. And then, you know, let's not forget, you know, another good wrestler who's still out there doing it, Jericho. I gotta give it up to the, especially that hardcore match he had with Dean Ambrose just a couple months back, where they busted out the thumbtacks, and you know, hey, Jericho went out there, he still could go, he still took all the bumps, and he sold it like it was nobody's business.
Drop that title around his waist one more time easily. It's ridiculous.
Well, he just apparently just won the United States title
the WWE guys half the time.
the other night.
He's
So
the shit, man. Not to mention he's the lead singer of Fozzy.
lead singer Fozzy, the first undisputed champion, and the coiner of the phrase "trash bag hoe."
Yeah,
which,
stupid idiot.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember when he wrote that in, boy.
oh yeah.
Not to mention, you know, these idiots out here to mess things up, you know, all I gotta do is just point and say, Chris, what?
Yeah. Stupid idiot.
Yeah, that the whole list thing is a little bit yeah.
That's a great gimmick way to
The list is almost as lame as the scarves.
Yeah.
I do like this little more realistic. We're talking about guys who got what they got because they were scripted when it came to the WWE titles. He was WWE undisputed.
Just like politics.
That's right to him. Hogan was who he was.
People that only got what they got because it's scripted.
The business made him.
Well, dude, when Jericho, when Chris Jericho won the undisputed title, man, I didn't even see that coming. And I've been a wrestling fan for years and years, but I didn't see Chris Jericho beating The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin in the same night in separate matches, and that's what he did. That's what happened.
He was the next Shawn Michaels, and sure, yeah, I saw it as like they're definitely going to give him that push. I mean, they've got to. They've got to. I mean, and it's paid off to this day because look how he's bringing, he's helping these new wrestlers out, these new guys out,
Exactly, and I mean, the epic.
The WWE, but you get to see Jericho. That's enjoy while it lasts. He's not getting any younger.
Yeah, exactly. And the one thing about that, when they first gave him that big push and got him the undisputed title and everything else, then the epic, rants between him and arguments between him and Stephanie McMahon were just, God, hilarious, man.
And him versus The Rock when he first came to WWE.
Yep,
was great.
Exactly. He's had more classic moments than I ever would have thought he did, coming out as the Lionheart, Chris Jericho, as he did in WCW, because I hated him then.
The first night he debuted, he interrupted The Rock, right? Am I not mistaken?
Exactly. And
it's like, my name is, it doesn't matter what your name is.
The ring, right? Here goes Jericho with his countdown and all this, and Jericho starts doing his thing, and The Rock finally, he just turns and goes, "Who in the blue hell are you?"
Yep. And that's what
my name is. It doesn't matter what your name is.
Yep.
He goes, and The Rock says, "Look, you're in here with the big dogs. Now you're in here with The Rock. You're not in here with Juventud Guerrero over there." It's so funny, man. Those were the days, man. That was just.
Dude, the Attitude Era was probably about the best era that wrestling had.
Because if you go back into the 80s and you go back to Piper's Day and all that, that was setting the tone of how the best you could be in wrestling. And then it got crappier and crappier there in the late 80s.
Yeah, Piper, Hogan, Junkyard Dog, Hillbilly Jim. Jim Duggan.
But then they came in with the Attitude Era and just bam, right there's your golden age.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was good. Dude, I still watch, matches from back in the 80s, man.
What helped the Attitude Era was that the Nintendo 64 wrestling games that came out back then were some of the best video games on the market.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those wrestling games were selling big too, and that's when technology started really, really booming with everything. Just getting more corporate.
That coupled with the Monday Night Wars and Ted Turner trying to outdo Vince McMahon for all those. Dude, that was great.
And Eric Bischoff injected a lot of genius into that industry too. He contributed a lot, really.
Oh, Eric Bischoff, yeah. I mean, he was genius with
as much as I hate him,
WCW there at the time, but they kind of
he hates you. You hate him as much as he wants you to hate him.
I think what's his name, Russo. He took over, and just by the end of
Vince Russo sucks.
WCW, they didn't know what they were doing from night in and night out.
Talk about
storyline, they were in shambles.
Talk about an egomaniacal, worthless writer. An egomaniacal, worthless writer has never been born before Vince Russo. I swear to God, that guy.
You're right, man.
Oh, I just want to put myself in it because I'm so tough. And I remember I still got matches on my files and stuff where Vince Russo comes walking out with a baseball bat tucked into the World Championship belt, and you sit there and go, why does Vince Russo, even on television or camera, Woody Allen should come out of the back and beat him senseless with his own shoes? That's how ridiculous that guy. That's when WCW jumped the shark, okay, and TNA or whatever.
Jeff Jarrett didn't help things.
No, Jeff Jarrett does not help anything.
And then TNA got fucked because Billy Corgan became their primary shareholder.
Yeah. That's nothing says tough guy like Billy Corgan from Smashing Pumpkins.
Today is the great. Come on, guys. Let's go out and have ice cream.
They were going, the WCW was going to shambles at the time. I mean, but the beginning of the Monday Night Wars were epic. I mean, that was historic. I mean,
NWO was the shit.
Running the show. It was Shawn Michaels and Triple H and Joni China doing the DX, and meanwhile you had Hall and Nash and back and forth.
Wolfpack and NWO, yeah.
Of course, they teamed up with Hogan on that one, and they were battling for Monday nights, and Bret Hart was in between. He left after the Montreal screw job.
I did just watch that match the other night.
Before he left, Hart was busting on the Click, and Shawn Michaels came out. It was one of the truest things I've ever heard in wrestling. Is when they started getting more truthful. He's like, he's talking about the Click. Let me tell you something. The Click owns this business. Just take a look around. And it's true because they were the he was the world champion. DX was on the top. Mm-hmm. Of course, over at WCW, the Monday Night Wars, the NWO, which was Hall and Nash, part of the Click, and Pac were on top. And they were, they'd get done with their shows and be like calling each other up, from cross country, and just, there was the Click running the damn show half the time. That was the two headliners of both companies. They were all Click members. It was all Shawn and, Hunter and Pac and Nash and Hall. And that was the Monday Night Wars there at first.
Yep, and then, you couple that, the powerful dynamic that they caught with the whole Austin McMahon feud,
well, that's what happened
that
next.
Grabbed everybody.
That's what happened next. After that was starting to get stale, the NWO started going wild, and the Monday Night Wars started dying down a bit. Shawn Michaels lost his title, but to who? And DX, and there was a big change, and that's when they gave the push to Stone Cold Steve Austin. That's when he really became the champion and kind of just took over the company.
Steve started getting the push in 1997.
Man, he retired a couple of years, and so Shawn Michaels, he basically passed the torch, from Bret to Shawn to Stone Cold, all within like a year and a half. Mm-hmm. And then Stone Cold took the company and ran with it. And then The Rock emerged, and The Rock was emerging at the time.
Well, Steve Austin's
that
performance.
Other half of the Attitude Era. Of course, then Triple H kept the whole DX thing around with, the Road Dog. And
I got to put this out there, man. Steve Austin's performance throughout the.
So, yeah, I mean.
Am I talking to myself?
Amazing.
Am I talking to myself here?
Go ahead.
Steve Austin's performance from fall of 1996, from the beginning of the feud with Bret Hart throughout 1997, earned Steve the fucking top spot. He came out there and just laid it down like a pissed off redneck would. And everybody
Austin
identified with it.
says, I just whooped their ass. Yeah.
Everybody identified it. Once that started to get a little bit cold, then all of a sudden he starts the whole, what was it? It was in, it's that stupid city in New York, Madison Square Garden. Yeah, it's its own city. Madison Square Garden, I remember this specifically. The first time he gave Vince McMahon the stunner, and they had the cops walk him out of there in handcuffs, and he's just grinning the whole time, knowing that was just money. Because at that point in time, everybody identified with wanting to get back at their boss. And here is this beer-drinking redneck that all of a sudden goes, hey, you know what? Watch me do it. And he beats up his boss, and that was great. And then that even brought on the complete asshole Vince McMahon wrestling persona, which was, even more hilarious and more you tuned in to watch to see who was going to put their lips on Vince McMahon's butt that week. Yeah, there were some great story writing.
If the Miz was around back then, Vince would have got some tongue slipped. I tell you what,
totally, because the Miz he'll toss that salad. He don't need no syrup or jelly.
But, no, I mean, it was so funny back then. The Rock was getting his push, too.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like they finally gave him the microphone, and he did his little gimmick, and I was like, oh, my God, this guy's going to be huge.
Well, they got him off the roids so he could control his mouth.
He was rocking my idea for a while.
I don't know if you remember when he first came out and how he would, be walking around the ring and just... You couldn't hear what he was saying, but he's just, flapping his gums so much. And it is actually Stone Cold Steve Austin on an episode of Raw that called him out. It's like, you're so jacked up you can't even keep your mouth closed. That's kind of what was going on.
Then they got him into that. What was it? What's it? Farouk or whatever. It was
Ron Simmons thing. Yeah.
What was the thing? The Nation of Domination. That's what it
Nation
was.
of Domination with Farouk. And that was the last one of the times during the 1990s that WWE tried to play the race card. And Farouk actually came out on an episode of Monday Night Raw. It's like, it's because we black. That's why we can't get a title shot. That's blah, 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 blah. Oh, he went there.
They set up the Hart Foundation. The DX set up the Hart Foundation. It was like Shawn and Hunter and Chyna, and they set up the Hart Foundation. It looked like they spray painted racist stuff and had the Hart Foundation and the Nation of Domination fight each other. Yep. And they're just sitting back laughing.
And then the whole Farouk versus Steve Austin thing that went on with it was Steve Austin against the Nation of Domination, and Farouk said some pretty racist shit about you, this bald-headed, skin-headed white boy out of Texas. And, you're going that way. And you could tell, Steve was really trying to tiptoe his way around that when they were cutting the promos and stuff for that and doing the live back and forth banter. It's like, there is one thing that I know that Steve Austin wanted to say at that point in time, and that was nigger. He totally did. You could see it on his face when you could read it in his lips when he's getting ready to talk. He cut himself off. You could see that N forming right there. I mean, I'm not saying that Steve Austin's racist, but it's like you run with it. It's hard to cut that when you tap into that emotional vein or anything like that to put on a performance for people, especially when you're doing ad-libbing it live there on stage. Man, it's got to be tough. Sometimes a little bit of shit comes out. And I guarantee you, at some point, I kept waiting. At least maybe that's just what I took away from it. Maybe I was just sitting there going, dude, he's going to call him a nigger any second here now. I know it. I just know it. And, of course he never did. But still, and there were Farouk called Ahmed Johnson and Uncle Tom at least 2 or 3 times on the air. And you do that nowadays, and the snowflakes are coming out of the corner. You're going to go on, he said that. Give me my safe space. That's so racist.
Everybody's got a butthurt. We are one. Wake up, humanity. But it's total storyline, just like they're doing here in the real world, in the politics world. But on a funnier note, it's like what they did with The Rock, though, with Farouk. You know, they started making The Rock. That's when they started really giving him his push. They gave him the mic more, and then when Farouk wasn't there, you know, he was controlling the rest of the nation, the domination.
Exactly. Boys, I gotta point this out here real quick because this Sausage Fest is about to come to an end because we do have the one, the only, the lovely Tammy Lynn. How you doing there, dog?
Hey guys, how are you guys doing?
We're just sitting here flexing our masculinity and you know.
Not like that.
We're not flexing it like that. Sitting here talking about wrestling and drinking beer, darling, because we're gonna start playing music here shortly and just kind of having a good time tonight. And it just got way better with you joining us.
I know, man. I'm jealous of you, Lee.
Well, honey, I told you I'd take you with me. I told you I'd take you with me.
I'm far. One day, I mean, hey, are you still going to take that trip to Virginia?
No, there's a good possibility. I'm open to go anywhere.
Let's all go down to Florida.
All I have to do with my life is live, drink these radio shows, and have a good time. So wherever that journey may take me, you never know.
I hear that. We definitely all have to meet up. It's Kent, you're in Florida, right?
Hells yeah.
Yep, Spec Kent's in Florida, and he can fuck off with this warm weather.
Let's get a little nippy. I think it's dropped down about 62 right now.
Oh, suck a bag of dicks.
That's right. It was 67 the past 2 days in PA, man.
Yeah, I know it was warmer. Like I see it on somebody post something up north. They're like, yeah, it's been pretty warm here around the DC area. Did you get muted?
However, our soda tax went up sky high.
Your what?
I don't drink soda, but our soda tax is real shit. In Philadelphia, they're charging per ounce.
Price, everything goes up. Up north, you guys pay way more for everything.
Yeah, especially up in that area. Yeah, and tell the kids a little bit real quick before we get to the break here and inject a little bit of reason and intelligence into tonight's show, other than talking about who ran wrestling in the 90s, because
I'm talking about The Rock.
but no,
Thank you, Tammy, for coming into the conversation.
Tammy, you want to tell us a little bit about what the Philadelphia soda tax is? Because kids, if you ain't seen this shit, I don't know.
It's taxing by the ounce. It's fucking pathetic. Now, a 2 liter that was once $1.90, $4, man. That's crazy.
$4 for a 2 liter.
For a 2 liter.
A 2 liter? What, goddamn 2 liter? You can get like Dollar General and shit, one for like $1.
Yeah, it's bad enough because for nickels out in New York, you don't even got recycling in PA. You got $4 for a 2 liter bottle? You better gotta have it.
Yeah, they're like $2 or some places. Like you go to a gas station around here or anywhere, if you get a 2 liter, you're paying way over $2. You're paying like $2 something. But they're going to $4. I've never heard of such a thing.
$4?
I don't drink a lot of soda. They better not do that to my beer.
$4 for a 2 liter.
No, that's not
water.
Fuck's sakes!
You might have smelled fresh.
I've been drinking that fried water before I've been drinking those $4 freaking 2 liters.
But no, let's.
With the food not bomb, what's going on, man? That's that shit, you don't think?
Yeah, I think it's crazy. I mean, I haven't seen it. Well, of course, I go to those dollar stores to get a 2 liter once in a while when I do get 2 liter. And that's usually mixed with some liquor. You know, I can get like a 2.5 liter for like $1, but it's not like Mountain Dew. It's like Mountain Springs or something, some lower brand.
Well, that's what you got to get.
Mountain Holler is one of them.
It's either that, dude, or start learning how to drink liquor that you can mix with lemonade. And let me tell you, rum, clear rum, not that.
I don't care. I'm kidding.
Dude, I mix liquor with milk. How do you think you make a White Russian?
I can't hear you guys.
Sorry.
It's okay. What were you saying?
Well, I'm saying down there in Tampa, they've got like pretty much two sides to the city, according to my sister. And she will not even go over onto that side of Tampa, apparently where the Food Not Bombs and the situation occurred where 7 members of Food Not Bombs were arrested for, serving people food. And she won't even go over there. She's like, the police chief or the mayor, whatever, she's like, that guy's totally fucked. I absolutely avoid going across the bridge to go over there. And it's like, it's pretty sad when my sister, an admitted wannabe tyrant, she absolutely does not care about any of you people whatsoever. You should all be subject to her will 24 hours a day. And if she had her druthers, that's what would happen. You would all be her willing thralls. But of course, that's not going to happen. So, for her to say that she's not going to go over to that side of town, not because the crime is bad or anything else, because believe me, my sister will beat the crap out of a man easily. But she won't go over there. That's saying something. That's saying that, this is how fucked up your governmental system is. She's like, I'm not blaming the crime. I'm not blaming the people. I'm blaming the mayor.
Yeah. It's sick. It's sad. Statist behavior.
Absolutely.
We can't feed. We're a Christian nation, though, but we can't feed.
That's unbelievable now. Now that I've been awakened.
That's what they do, guys.
I'll believe that.
Well, I want people to know out there that you need to support. There's Food Not Bombs in all sorts of places around this country. I don't know if they're in your town. Tammy, I know that you got them up there.
Yes, it is.
And you can get a part of this. If you don't live in Tampa or you're not planning on going to Florida, I mean, you can either call and start harassing these people down there, and you can, or you can start doing this in your town. Get a hold of these people, see, what their business plan is, how they go about getting the donations and getting the food to the people. You can do it in your community, and that's really one thing that we've been falling away from here on past shows is telling the people that, hey, you do have a viable option. That's doing things in your community to make it better. Not to control people's lives, but to help humanity, man. And that's where true anarchism buds, and that's where it flowers, children.
Yeah, I'd like to actually, I'd love to go support them in Tampa. It's quite a haul from where I am. It's on the other side of the state. It's on the Gulf side. I used to live in Lakeland, though. It's a lot closer then.
Come on, dude. That's only 2 inches away. It's not even that. I've seen the maps.
Hours and going through Orlando traffic in Tampa.
I've seen the map.
So it's quite a haul.
I've seen the map, dude. That is an inch and 3/4 at best. On the globe, it's not even an inch. So I don't know what's. Yeah.
And then when you're looking at a map, well, it depends now. If you're looking at it on a map on your phone, it's probably even smaller than that. It's probably like a half an inch there, or centimeter or something like that.
I don't look at maps on my phone. That's how they find me. Tammy, honey, do you have a?
We need permits to do almost everything nowadays.
And how horrible is that? Kids, are you going to ask permission to be free?
I'm not going to ask permission. It's not your permit. It's their permit.
Well, it doesn't make any logistical sense at all. And once again, I have to try and put this in a logical point of view. Does it make sense to ask permission to be free?
I have to buy a permit to feed people that are hungry. And so let me ask your permission paid to let me feed somebody that's hungry that you have nothing to do.
How about
I'm down? Always gotta have their hand out. That's the government. That's the government's way, man.
Exactly.
It is the government's way.
It's all about with Food and Bombs. I'm pretty sure that they didn't have a permit, and if they didn't pay their little dues to the homeless, they didn't pay that little extra to the government to let them do it. That's probably what happened.
And that's exactly what's happened. Kevin Michael Allen was on the show last week, or on a Monday night show with Tammy and myself, and he laid it down what they were charged for. It didn't have anything to do officially with people just feeding homeless people in the parks. You didn't kick back enough funds. And the police said, well, we try to get them to move over there. Said, no, we do this here every week. This is where people know to come up.
Move over where? Where are they going to move them to? I mean,
Dude, it's irrelevant. Why should they even ask them to move? What's the point? Oh, because certain businesses there in the area wanted to throw a fit, or more conveniently, there's a national college football game there last week, and now the chief of police and their mayor feels threatened apparently with their manhood. Oh, you tree huggers can't tell us what to do. And well, wait a minute here, jackass. You're being a dick. Stop being a dick.
Yeah.
So there's there's an active.
Series, no Olympics, all that shit.
I mean, please go on the other side of the bridge, apparently where my sister lives. I can clarify that for you at a later date because I haven't been down there, so I don't know.
Clearwater,
But
on that.
yeah, my sister runs a resort over there, so it's like really hard for me to tell people not to go to Tampa and be tourists because that's kind of how my sister makes her living. So
Go to Tampa.
When I go down to Florida, dude, that's happening.
Well, anyway, aren't they requiring liability insurance in case anybody gets sick from the food that they are not supplying?
Wait a minute, who's going to sue the state for food that they're not supplying to any? There you go, kids. There's your logic. The state is trying to act like they're the ones distributing the food, and the state has absolutely nothing to do with the food. Nothing. They don't supply it. They don't give you any meat. They don't supply heating carts. They don't supply pans. They're not supplying silverware. Nothing.
Nope.
Food Not Bombs takes donations. This is all your
with
goodwill.
Insurance, they want to charge $91 per food share. That is a disgrace. I don't know how that sits well with anybody.
Now they're throwing insurance in this shit too. Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Well, of course, the insurance company's got to make some money. That's how the government launders their money. I figured that shit out a long time ago.
I was being a little sarcastic, but yeah.
Well,
yeah.
what? No. Why do you think that they have all of a sudden? You've got to have car insurance. You've got to have this type of insurance. You've got to have health insurance. That's mandatory for at least another couple days.
They're going to have humanity insurance soon.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Carbon insurance. You're going to have fire insurance on your house just in case. Just in case. Now, wait a minute. Where do you think the government's laundering their extra money? Go ahead, honey.
Concept that they want to Food Not Bombs and other people who are eating, people who are hungry and humanity, but yet they're not supplying the food, but yet they want through this, they require insurance from major insurance corporations in case these people have food allergies or choke on the food that they are not supplying, and then they want to enforce nutritional laws. Like, how's that backwards? How come there's not a whole shitload of people? Even with Anonymous, they were supposed to be flooding, and even though it's spread and there's so many shares and views, there really aren't that many people helping us do this stuff. Not as many as there should be.
It sucks because, it is all about insurance. If somebody gets sick, then somebody can sue and all that. How about we just, understand
For the food that they're not supplying.
We all
We'll figure that out.
Well,
They're not even supplying the food.
Not only that.
When you get sick, you don't sue somebody if nobody else gets sick and you just get sick. If everybody gets sick, then let's all try to help each other out anyway. But somebody bought some bad beef or something. But come on,
it's not only that. It's
the insurance,
exactly,
right?
and the state is making play like they can be sued for something there. If you get sick because we let you, if people get sick because we let you serve people food, then they can sue us. Oh, so that means that, if I go to one of my relatives' house or a friend's house at some point in time and they cook some shitty food and I get the shits from it, then I can sue the state tomorrow? Well, holy crap. Hang on. My old friend Butter, if you're listening, man, I hope to God, please, I'm coming over to cook for you. I'm coming over to let you cook for me because the last time I got sick from eating is when we made that beer can chicken and we was getting shit-faced drunk.
Hell? Hey,
Which that was close to being a decade ago, kids. I still remember that.
Well, if somebody's giving you free food and you eat it, that's your, it's like, that's all getting the understanding of self-ownership. Well, then you chose to eat that food.
Not according to the government. You know, it's only a choice if you smoke it or shoot it, apparently.
Too hard on the whole system. The whole damn system.
You don't have a choice but to eat. Can't. Yeah, and you have to eat. Just you know what?
I get the shits.
Oh no, wait.
You know what? I get the shit for a while. I ain't gonna sue.
Cleans the colon.
Just asking for.
Oh, hey, I'm telling you.
Help me clean my shit out.
Well, I'm telling you.
There's a way of saying it.
You can do that. It even boils down to even easier, kids. And I've had people give me funny looks about this before, but if you're feeling bound up in the morning, crack open a beer. I'm not saying slam the whole thing like Bluto or anything else. Take a few drinks of that. Believe me, you'll go in, you'll sit down. You know, you'll be able to maneuver yourself through. And then, you've got 12 more or 11.
Manure. You want to understand sometimes.
Yeah, every now and then. But no, you're able to work things out, so to speak. I'm trying not to be graphic, boys.
Bob is trying not to be graphic.
Well, when you're explaining the shitting process, it's a little bit difficult. Okay?
Oh, man, it's so funny. You can't do it once.
There's nothing more in this show that you can at least respect, kids. At least know that we're real. And, we're having a good time tonight, joking around and, making jokes about things like that. We're going to start playing music here real soon. And because I need a cigarette, I got to rock a piss. There's all sorts of things going on. I'm sequestered in a tiny room, and it's really claustrophobic. So, but I want to get this across is we're kowtowing to like the state's demands to what they want when we allow people to be arrested just for serving food. It's like if I had a cookout, okay, tomorrow, just out in the park, whatever, you, me, everybody was there, all of us just having a good time. Yeah, we're all friends, everything. But we just put out a little sign that said, "Hungry?" ? Come here. And we had people like bringing people in. Just, hey, come on, let's eat. We're not at any organized thing, just a bunch of us hanging around. Let's eat together. Man, you hungry? Let's eat.
What, acid?
That sounds good. Eating acid always sounds good to me, but no, now you threw me off. But all of a sudden, if they got sick, would they be like, can we sue the state now? Because you guys were here just having a cookout in the park and cooking a whole bunch of food and offered us some?
Just like I said, self-ownership. There we go. Yep.
No, you wouldn't. And if you took that case to court,
there's nobody else to blame.
Yeah, if you took that case to court, though, boys, you'd be thrown out. No, get out of here. You voluntarily took part in eating some of these people's food and you got sick. I mean, go sit on your toilet for a couple days. Go see your doctor, get an antibiotic if you have to. But for Christ's sakes, the state didn't do anything.
They have a heart attack grill once where they had a huge disclaimer like this restaurant is hazardous to your health. They had like 100 deaths under their belt, and that was what they're grilling for. I mean, wasn't there such a place somewhere in this country? What?
Oh, that most likely would probably end up being fake news because I've been all over this country, dude, and I've
heard before. It's called the Heart Attack Grill. Yeah, cheeseburgers stacked the size of a Scooby-Doo snack that's made of actual Scooby-Doo snack. A stack of a
I'll still figure out a way to eat it.
Look it up on Facebook. It was there once.
Yeah, but you got to go buy those places. See, Ian, you got to go buy that stuff. So that's more of a willing choice than anything else. I mean, we're talking about people. Well, you're not going to sue the mothers. I mean, well, ever since the goddamn hot coffee McDonald's thing, everybody's been sue happy, and they think, and the state likes to portray like they can actually get sued, or like they actually give a fuck if they get sued, because the state does get sued every day, and they print their own fucking money, kids. It's not like they're, it's not like it's costing them anything. We have to pay out the keister with our hard-earned earnings, because we out here have to go out and earn a freaking living. But now they just get to print it. So suing the state, they don't care. They try to prove you wrong at every possible point, because they got to steal it from somebody. And guess what? In the end, if you're suing the state and still paying taxes, you are paying off your own lawsuit. You're paying their lawyers. You're paying your lawyers. You're paying for everything. Think about that.
Robbing in your hood, stealing from the poor, and giving to the rich.
Yep.
I really doubt that any homeless dude is going to be able to sue somebody about bombs for getting sick. Anyway.
Well, homeless. It's important. It's important to point this out, boys. Food Not Bombs doesn't only just feed the homeless. It also feeds people who, hey, I can only get a job at fucking McDonald's, and I got 4 kids still to feed. Everybody knows you don't get paid enough at McDonald's to support 4 kids. You don't get paid at McDonald's enough to support yourself.
Exactly.
Unless, of course, you're a 16-year-old white kid, then all of a sudden they're going to make you the manager. Oops, did I say that out loud?
They're all anticipating their tax return, like the state giving them money, going to the money, their own money that they're getting back.
Well, their own money, and then the state throws in these little things like earned income credit and things like that for children, and then it becomes just a complete, oh, well, we know that if we actually gave you back what you were paying in, then you'd still be pissed. So we're going to give you just a little bit more to keep you biting on the dream there that taxes are okay. And that's the privilege you get to pay for being part of a civilized society.
Let the coach around a bank.
When, of course, in the end, taxation is theft.
Oh, yeah, go to another car, they'll blow you right away.
All right, kids.
Hey, Rocky Bullwinkle.
It's come to that glorious time where it's about time to play some music, and I'm not sure if you guys want to be on the line, because I'm not going to be in the backstage very often. People are showing up. It's time for me to go have a cigarette. I love talking to you guys so much. I've even went 20 minutes over the hour. But bye.
Hangs around and Big E say hangs around. I'm going to hang around, but that's up to you guys.
If you want to hang on, we're going to play some music. I'll leave the music playing here in the backstage, so then maybe you can hear it. Just kind of, I'll set things right down.
I can't see you next Tuesday.
Yeah, bye there.
By the way, I got to tell you, brother, I work on every night. I work except for Fridays and Saturdays. Obviously, you know where I'm out on Fridays. So I go back and check out the replays of the Monday and Tuesday show. I did, and I know you're just like, maybe Spank have a call in. I'll have to borrow a phone and call in for my cigarette break. I might be able to do
for trouble. I told Sammy, go back to work.
Congratulations again, E.
Thank you. I'll see you all next Tuesday.
Right on, Big E. Tuesday nights.
Next Friday.
Yeah, well, I'll see you when you always are mine.
Yeah.
That's right. Big E on Tuesday nights, kids, man. Eastside gonna be here on the Last Voice for Liberty Network. Right here is the place that you get to hear great shows that we do. I'm gonna let you guys get in one final thought. We're gonna do our final thought a little bit early, and then if you want to hang out and listen, my buddy is sending me jokes. DJ Scratch and Sniff, famous part of this show. For many times, and my brother is sending me all sorts of messages. They're making me laugh, And I really got to pee even more because I've had about 4 beers since I've been sitting here for the first hour. So
I'm driving out there, lady.
we're gonna kick in the wise last words on this Friday night Super Show fun show before we kick in to some kick-ass tunes. Ladies first, gentlemen. Hold your sausages, drop your socks, and grab your cocks, and you just sit the hell down and let the lovely Miss Tammy Lynn, my co-host on Monday night. Yeah, what was it my son said to me the other day? Dad, you use your tongue prettier than a $20 whore. I said, okay. Thanks, boy. He's always looking for ways to say creepy things to me. It's fucked up.
Must be a tough job being a whore, especially for $20 a shave.
Well, I can work better. More money, more incentive. Now, that notwithstanding, let's not get into that. So, but no, Tammy, let's get some parting words here for the kids out here tonight, and let them know what they need to do, especially about Monday night show.
Okay, well, I'm just going to close with the belief in authority means the belief in government is irrational and it's contrary to everybody's morals. People need to go out and support humanity and support food no bombs. And definitely check DNI out on Monday, Last Week for Liberty, where we will cover all of the latest, especially these fun nights that we're going to be having tonight, and all the important news.
Oh.
Who else is on the line? Is it?
We got Spent Kent and Big.
I'm still here.
Is Spent Kent, you still there, or did we lose Big E?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Oh, all right. We got Big E.
And Lee, if humans were a race of thinking and objective beings, the truth wouldn't be so hard to spread. People lack so much common sense. It's disgusting.
It's the fluoride and the pharmaceuticals, and yeah, all these things, and probably
and government.
Yeah, and probably the flat Earth for all I know. I really don't care what shape the Earth is, but according to some people that argue with, it's become flat Earth is part of the problem why people are stupid. I don't get the correlation, but nonetheless, we can't all agree on everything. Big E,
No, I'm in the West.
hit it up, buddy.
All right. What's up, y'all? Tuesday, 9 p.m. EST. The new Big E on E-Side, E330, Ian Andrew Banks. Here's the new Big E on Loud for Liberty. And if you don't like it, he likes to get mean, talk about overall issues and everyday topics. If you don't like it, use the green. Fuck you in Jesus' name.
There you go. Big E right there. Spent Kent, buddy, hit it up. My bladder will thank you immensely.
Oh, no problem. Hey, man, I say this, as usual, educate yourselves. Always seek the truth. Keep searching and keep waking people up. This was a fun show. We got to talk a little bit of wrestling. You're having a good night. It's good to get away from the nonsense. We had a laugh at the topics today. It's as bad as they are. It's just what a ridiculous world we live in. We can't be consumed by it. We do have fun. That's why you're going to have some fun tonight there, Lee, playing some music. Great idea. We all have to remember to do this. That being said, great show. We'll be back next week. And Tammy, hang around. Don't go yet, because I want to say something after, so I don't have to type it. so don't hang. Or you too, Ian. Stay on there, my brother.
All right, kids.
That's clean.
Stay on for. Dude,
I'm going to start the music. If you guys want to talk, I'll just let you talk. But I'm going to go rock a piss. That's just all there is to it, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, brother. Great show. You have a blast tonight, man. And we will be back.
We're going to still sit here and play some more music. We're going to sit here and play music. If you guys want to sit here and talk, I'll let you talk, man. I'll turn the music down here in the studio and go and I'm watching everything. So, don't worry. I am a professional, ladies and gentlemen. I will, baby doll. I love you guys all. You guys are great. And to all our listeners out there, thank you each and every night that you join us on the Friday Night Super Show on the Last Voice for Liberty and on E-Segment. Keep on joining us right here on the Last Voice for Liberty Network, because we're only here to try and help. Disregard what we say if you want, but you might not want to, because ain't nobody proved us wrong yet. So take your little feelings, take your safe spaces, your snowflakes, your republicards, whatever the hell you're clinging on to so dearly, let it go and start to embrace the truth, man. I'm the Mouth. We'll be back in a little while here on the Friday Night Super Show music show. I'm going to kick this one off with a song you might not have heard, kids. You probably didn't, because it took some doing for me to have heard it. But this song is called Below Part 3. It's by an artist named David Missick, or whatever, however the hell you pronounce it. I'm not entirely sure. But hey, check it out, kids, because you're going to love it. And we'll be back on the Friday Night Super Show.
Monday Nights with the Mouth returns. Only on the Last Voice for Liberty Network.
The lovely Tammy Lynn. You'd think that it's okay to let the state come in and go, well, you know what? Get out of here.
Money. It all comes down to money.
Armed thugs, police officers.
We encourage humanity to help humanity.
Join the Mouth and Tammy Lynn every Monday night, 6 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern, only on the Last Voice for Liberty Network.
We're going to fight. We're going to keep educating people. We're going to keep waking them up because that's what they need. Regardless of the outcome, that's what they need.
Look at all these astronauts are playing God. ISIS is back. ISIS. Working hard with the Mossad. Know what that means, don't you? It's getting hard to keep up. Israeli Secret Intelligence Service. They're running your daily news. You got it all confused. They're mostly made up of Jews. Israeli Secret Intelligence Service. How many more mass shootings do we need? How many more crisis actors have to bleed? Gun grabbers are overwhelmed by so much greed. They'll even shoot themselves in the foot to succeed. The ADL employ the troll, and every time I meet one I destroy their soul. Cyanine crisis actors, they enjoy the role, for it is not about gun control but boy control. Remember when we were so young, we used to have a lot of fun, but then they came and took the guns, and now we can't shoot anyone. Bang bang, they took the guns. Bang bang, like Mao Zedong. Bang bang, there goes your fun. Bang bang, you can't have gun no more. No, fuck that. Don't let them flip the truth on you. In the days where the Nobel Peace Prize goes to those who can get the bomb, Transformers have been fucking with your lexicon. Gun control is pushed by the Decepticons. Let me take you back to the time of Senator Metzenbaum. Now there's a new breed of these parasitic pilgrims. They feed on greed and the blood of the innocent children. I've concluded the system is run by pirates and pedophiles. Only liars and fools try to deny it. Remember when we were so young, we used to have a lot of fun, but then they came and took the guns, and now we can't shoot anyone. Bang bang, they took the guns. Bang bang, like Mao Zedong. Bang bang, there goes your fun. Bang bang, you can't have gun no more. They're disarming American citizens while funneling guns to criminals. When they hear bang bang, gun grabbers have an orgasm. Make me wanna wave a real 44 at them. Lone gunmen love to go commando. Sandy Hook, Charleston, Aurora, and Orlando. If you believe that, I can make you an instant owner of oceanfront property in Tucson, Arizona. I'm losing my civility, I don't care how you feel. Only dummies and liars insist that all this shit is real. Your assertions are based on fallacious assumptions. I wanna light your motherfucking head up like a pumpkin. They got the public believing they can attack a phantom. I think someone scooped out all their noodles like a jack-o'-lantern. I can't help it off of crude jokes, confronted by the farce of an obvious Jew hoax. 109 times they've been summoned. I'm telling you without a doubt, 110 is coming. These Zionists don't like the fact that we're armed to the teeth. That's why they use their sympathy card to start all this beef. They wanna get the goyim frightened and disheveled. They are working for the devil on a fundamental level. Remember when we were so young, we used to have a lot of fun, but then they came and took the guns, and now we can't shoot anyone. Bang bang, they took the guns. Bang bang, like Mao Zedong. Bang bang, there goes your fun. Bang bang, you can't have gun no more. Metzenbaum, gun grabber, Feinstein. What a hideous gun grabbing gargoyle you are. Chucky Schumer, want to disarm the goyim. Barbara Boxer, want to take your guns and destroy them. Senator Cole, Mr. Levin, you're all dual Israeli American citizens. Isn't that amazing? Now what the fuck does that say about your character with regards to your so-called allegiance to America? Traitors, you have not been kind to your host, and I guarantee you the chickens are coming home to roost.
Oh yes, the greatest gun grabbers in U.S. history are, and always have been, quite Jewish. Gun control in the United States is as Jewish as our liberal and self-destructive immigration policies.
America's biggest and most far-reaching gun law came from a Zionist.
1988, Senate Bill S-1523 is sponsored by Senator Howard Metzenbaum. It proposes a legislation turning every violation of the Gun Control Act of 1968 into a RICO predicate offense, allowing a gun owner to be charged with federal racketeering offenses.
Remember when we were so young, we used to have a lot of fun, but then they came and took the guns, and now we can't shoot anyone. Bang bang, they took the guns. Bang bang, like Mao Zedong. Bang bang, there goes your fun. Bang bang, you can't have gun no more. look out on our people. The pain that we feel, it has no equal. 100% minus one, but they're the people. We are the strong, they're fast, we are your leaders. The front is strong, puts all soul, culture, to Adidas. They can't defeat us, no, then who will lead us? I feel no matter industrial power, strong enough to fit the bill. If looks to kill, this real will make you ill. Have you down with the sickness they deserve? Just being real now. The essence what our grievance is, like Iraq and 9/11 were just instances. Never mind what our economic condition is. Revolution's not our right, it's what our mission is. If you make me your leader, they held you down now. It's time to break back, break away. You know there's some people that fight. They broke your will now. It's time to break back, break away. You know there's some people that fight. They fought you over. It's time to break back, break away. You know there's some people that fight. They have no honor. It's time to break back, break away. You know there's some people that fight. As I look around our people, they finally recognize the evil. Time to come together, let it be just like a beetle. Skinning off this burning Jones to our smoke, Tony. Chris the Rock got hip hop to make us focus now. Who is scared? Who they fear? We're on the power to rise now against the microphone. Throw up that peace sign, it's a peace sign like Veneta. With a grenade, a bomb, that's a transformation getter. You know they feel what they cannot stop. That's why they send out riot gear when they send out the cops. Never mind the pepper spray, trying to keep us in shock. Time to shut them down, I gotta get it straight to the top. If you make me your leader, they held you down now. It's time to break back, break away. You know there's some people that fight. They broke your will now. It's time to break back, break away. You know there's some people that fight. They fought you over. It's time to break back, break away. You know there's some people that fight. They have no honor. It's time to break back, break away. You know there's some people that fight. How the system is flawed. And now that you see that the system is flawed. And now that you see that the system is flawed. And now that you see that the system is flawed. After hunting you down just to mold you back up. And now that you see it's the system been born since the day that money was invented. Now, who's the leader? Who's the fighter? What's intended? Who fights the politicians and all that they've amended? Time to unite the people, no matter what you've been through. It's time to fight this evil and together we'll support you. No matter what they say, our power will grow. No matter how far they put you down, our numbers will show. It's time to fight this evil they don't understand. That's cause they're heartless and hard holds the powerful man. It's time to unite yourselves, people strangers are born with the correct applications like the Android phone. So unite yourselves, people, let it be known that any government on earth can be overthrown. I think the people that show you should have left us alone. Cause we'll turn your homes into fucking war zones if you make me your leader.
Smell like a brewery, looking like a tramp. Ain't got a quarter, got a postage stamp. And a 5 o'clock shadow boxing all around the town. Talking with the old man sleeping on the ground. Beside the booting out, zooting out, hooting out, cone. Sharing his apartment with a telephone pole. And a fishnet stocking, spike heel shoes. Strip tees, brick tees, car keys, blues. And the porno floor show live nude girls. Dreamy and creamy and brunette curls. Chester Morgan and the watermelon rose. raise my rent and take off all your clothes with trench coats, magazines, a bottle full of rum. She's so good to make a dead man come. Pasties and a G-string, beer and a shot. Portland through a shot glass and a buffalo squeeze. Wrinkles and cherry and Twinkie and Pinky and Fifi live from Gay Paris. Fanfares, rim shots, backstage, who cares? All is hot burlesque for me. Zooby-dabba, zooby-zabba, zooby-zazay. Zooby-dabba, squeeze-zabba, zizzy-zay. Cleavage, cleavage, thighs and hips from the nape of her neck to the lipstick lips. Chopped and channeled and lowered and lugered and the cheetah slicks. Baby moving, she's hot and ready. Creamy and sugared and the band is awful and so are the tunes. Zooby-zabba, 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 zooby-zabba. Crawling on a belly, shaking like jelly, and I'm getting harder than Chinese algebra. Sears, cheers from the compendium here. Head sweet, hot day, yellow for more. Scorching out your cigarette butts on the floor. And I like Shelley, you like Jane. What was the girl with the snakeskin's name? It's an early bird matinee, come back any day. Get your little something that you can't get at home. And get your little something that you can't get at home. It's pasties and a G-string, beer and a shot. Portland through a shot glass and a buffalo squeeze. Popcorn front row higher than a kite. And I'll be back tomorrow night. And I'll be back tomorrow night. Zooby-zabba, 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 squeeze-zabba, zizzy-zabba.
All right, everybody out there, this is Peter Cove coming here with a little bit of comedy relief. I got a question for you. Y'all ever made pickle bread out there? No? Well, you got to use dildo. Also, everybody out there, I heard this on the news. You guys hear about that fortune-telling leprechaun that robbed a bank and got away? Say he was a small medium at large.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Listen, you fuckers, you screwheads. Here's a man who would not take it anymore. A man who stood up against the scum, the cunts, the dogs, the filth, the shit. Here is someone who stood up.
Taxes are strong-arm robbery. The collectors of taxes funnel the majority of funds to policies and institutions counterproductive to spiritual advancement. Well, taxes are stealing and taking the feeling that we're getting fucked in the ass. They take what they want to, whenever they want to, and don't need the young ways the last. They lie, they cheat, they steal, Revolution!